Hello, my name is Dr. Doug Slimhoff. I am the Dean of Caribbean History here at Pensacola International University. I was contacted by the makers of this podcast to lend my expertise with 3 questions. Question number 1. Was Captain Morgan a real historical figure? Yes. Henry Morgan was a real 17th century privateer who plundered the Caribbean under the protection of the British flag. Question number 2. Is it possible that Captain Morgan was invented by the Diageo Bottling Company or any sub-brand of rum that they might own? No. Captain Morgan rum was first offered in the United States in 1994. And finally, question number 3. Can you get sued for doing a podcast called the Captain Morgan Podcast that undoubtedly does material harm to the brand of Captain Morgan rum by hiding behind the truth that Captain Morgan was indeed a real person? Well, I gotta say, this is a bit out of my area of expertise, so I can't offer a definitive answer to it. But just to remind everybody that in America, you can sue anyone for anything. So if the brand damage was egregious, like say, for example, in this version, Captain Morgan is a slurring, violent pervert into MMFFF group sex, then yes, even if the lawsuit wouldn't ultimately hold up, you could probably get sued. Anybody who was making such a podcast would have to be very stupid. And anybody listening to the podcast should probably make sure they listen to all of it, because it is almost assuredly going to be deleted or taken down because of a cease and desist order. Hope that helps.
Hey, I'm Captain Morgan, and I've done cocaine. I'm a legally protected parody of a real historical figure. Look at that! I'm the latest terrible celebrity podcast that'll be shoved down your throat for a month and then disappear forever. My adventures in the high seas are legend, but you don't even know the half of it, mister. I hate people. I really hate some people. So is this going to be like some podcast where everybody has their friends on and they're just buttering them up? I think you're great. I think you're the best. Hey, remember that one time you were in a movie? Fuck no. I'm here to bury my enemies. Specifically Dad. I don't like Dad. Listen with one eye open, you piece of shit. We've got a great show for you tonight. But first, I have to tell you about Netflix. Netflix is a service. I wanted them to sponsor the podcast, but they said no. So I got on the phone and I said why, and they told me they didn't like my hair. My hair? Get the hell out of here, Netflix. This is a podcast. No one can hear my hair. It's a beautiful, beautiful mane of hair, by the way. Flitting about the bow of my boat whilst the ocean shimmers beneath me. One time, I looked at the ocean and I was like, "Hey, ocean, what's the deal?" And he looked back at me and said, "I'm the world's largest grave." So anyway, fuck Netflix. Use offer code PPPOOPOO. Just so at some point an intern has to put it on a spreadsheet and some dipshit from Netflix will be like, "Who are we sponsoring with PPPOOPOO?" And then it'll be an investigation. But then nothing will happen. But they'll have said PPPOOPOO dozens of times. That's hilarious.
Great. Very funny. Can you please record the real ad copy?
No. Stocks. Jesus Christ. This stock market is a real son of a bitch. Am I right? Bulls. Bears. I kissed a bear once. He was my best friend. We met in Utica at a magic convention. I was like, holy shit, a bear is here. Why is a bear here? And he just says, hey, man. So we went joyriding on my boat, and next thing you know, we came about an old haunted house. Bear goes right up to the haunted house, and he says, I'm not scared of you. You're just a house. Wood and screws and joists. I'm a bear. God's own Furby. So the haunted house, who's fat, by the way, says to my friend the bear,
Behold, mere mortals, beyond these doors lie treasure you've never seen. If you cross this threshold, know that it's at the forfeit of your very soul!
And we were like, whatever. So we sail into the house on my boat, and the first thing we see is a creepy old piano. And I'm like, that's cliche, so we keep sailing. And it's just then we see them. The ghastly figures of 3 grim maidens, spectral ghouls with evil eyes, their ghostly dresses willowing in the breeze. Satan's own shadow dancing before us. Hey, we're dancing. Oh, look at us. And by the way, they were stacked. Big cake. Real donks. Trailers on the 3 of them. So me and Bear start orgying the shit out of the ghouls. And we're going at it, okay? We're doing it front style. We're doing it back style. We're doing all the styles. And the haunted house, meanwhile, is all like,
What are you doing?
and I'm like, shut up. We're having a lot of sex. And I'm thinking about things. I'm thinking about my boat. I'm thinking about my life. I'm thinking about Publix. I'm thinking about when you go to the store and they say that there's a 2-for-1, and then you're like, wait a minute, why? And you're checking out at the register, and the guy's like, oh, this is 2-for-1, and now you have to like think, okay, am I gonna go walk all the way back, and am I gonna get another can of beans? But everybody else is just waiting they're all waiting to check out. So I'm thinking about that, and in the middle of orgying, I realize that I just kissed Bear right on the mouth, and it was passionate. There was a lot of, this is, in the era we're talking about, there weren't as many lines. It just happened. And then the haunted house goes,
That's gross.
and I say, you're racist. And that shut him up.
That feels like a great place to leave it. We need the studio space. We're already a half hour late for Robert Mueller's D&D podcast.
Welcome to the Captain Henry James Morgan interview, an intimate conversation with a true titan in the field. Today I'm joined by Walter Cronkite, who's fucking dead. But so am I. Whatever. Suck my shit, death. Walter, what's up, fam? I'm here for you.
There are quite contradictory stories about your childhood.
You've been talking to Dan? Dan's a real piece of shit. One time we were going to Publix, and he says to me, and I shit you not, One day, I'd like to be so rich I'd put all the poor people in a pool and make them chicken fight. And I'm not going to lie. I was like, that would need to be a pretty big pool. But also, how are we going to quantify who's poor enough? Do we partner with the banks? Can we get a sponsor? Like Pool Poors, sponsored by Bank of America? And he looks at me and says, I don't know. Well, I'm like, well, why'd you bring it up then, shithead?
Do you think your boiling point is low?
Hell no. I'm as cool as a goddamn cucumber. But for real, how would you do it? Dan's idea with the pool, Royal Rumble style. And if you're chicken fighting, how do you pair people up? Random draw? Friends? It's a real problem.
Was it difficult for you to reconcile the problem?
Or we didn't do it. Jesus, Walt. Clean your fucking ears, you dumb dead son of a bitch. I told Dan he was an asshole for thinking about conscripting the world's underclass for his aquatic frivolity.
Wasn't that just about as strong a statement as you'd ever made up to that point?
No. One time I called Dan's mother and told her that her son was such a dumb asshole, she must have a haunted womb.
What brought you to that decision?
Well, one time I was having sex with Dan's mom, and I accidentally left an ancient talisman up there. Totally spaced that I'd left it. Then a few years later, I'm communing with the spirit realm, and the old gods are like, hey, Captain, whatever happened to that talisman you borrowed? And I was like, I didn't take any talisman. And the old god's like, are you sure? I'm pretty sure that you took it. And I was like, no. Hey, old god, don't believe me. Just measure your talisman collection and see if there's anything missing. And then he forgot. But I think he did measure after I'd left, and he got hella pissed and put a curse up there.
A year later, you put your full weight behind another historic measure.
Yep, my dick! 1988, the dick measuring regionals in upstate New York. I won with 6.5 inches. Dicks were smaller then. Good times.
I'd like to ask you about Selma.
I never talk about Selma. The one who got away. We were hot and heavy for 3 months. Straight trizzing at first, but then she wanted to lock the old captain down. I was like, my love is like my boat. It's never gonna stay at one port for long, Selma. Anyway, she tied herself to a hot air balloon and floated away. And it was in that moment, Walt, in that moment that I realized everything I was about to lose. Intimacy, growth, and love, Walt. Love. True and free from expectations. I got in my boat and I sailed after her, straight into the sky. Selma, I yelled, I'll change. You're my one and only. But it was too late. Off she went, higher and higher, straight into the sun. They're still together, by the way, Selma and the sun. I follow them both on Facebook. But I'd be a lying dog if I told you that every time I see a picture of them holding hands with their children, I don't feel an icy harpoon in my soul. That was my life, Walt. A life offered to me that I declined. Free from the waves, the hoes, the late-night drunk donations to Act Blue. But in these low moments, I know my true purpose. To sail. To adventure. To find the thrill that most dare not seek. I sail because I can take it. A silent protector. A dark knight. With a dick that, according to his era, was fucking massive.
Look at that horse.
No more. You're not doing the script. You're not reading the ads. The entire point of these celebrity podcasts is so you can get paid, we can get paid, you read the copy as is. No more improv bullshit, okay? Please.
Oh, shit! You're crazy for this one, Captain! Oh! Yes! Darling! It's a Captain Party Jam! Open them up! We're all going crazy! Captain is on a boat. I'm on a boat and I'm flying in the sky. On a boat. On a boat. Everybody say, on a boat. On a boat. If you're on a boat, then you are the best. If your name is Captain Morgan!
I seriously need you to leave. I will call the police.
There was once a man who had so many arms that he did all the push-ups all at once. Yeah. And that man became Goro from Mortal Kombat. Boat. If you're not on a boat, please stop what you're doing. Everybody grab a boat. Grab a boat. Grab a boat. Boat is the word I use for titties. Boat.
So obviously this didn't work out, but you really need to leave right now. You need to get out of here. This is unprofessional. You're being unprofessional right now.
Look, man, I've been going through a lot, okay? And no one's really wanted to talk to me, and so when my agent said that there was an opportunity to do this, I missed being recognized. And I'm sorry, I pushed it over the line.
It's okay, man. This kind of stuff happens more than you might think with the celebrity shows.
Can I finish the song?
Yeah, sure.
Captain Morgan is a man. Captain Morgan has a plan. Captain Morgan went away. Save it for another day. Captain, sailing, cocaine, whale, harpoon, a baddie, sadness, will podcast, our friendships. I am your best friend. Captain is your best friend. Captain Morgan is your best friend.
Hello, this is Brenda Elliott, and I am a paralegal at a law firm that needs to urgently get in touch with the producers of a podcast that came out today. This is in reference to intellectual property owned by the Diageo Bottling Company, so if you could please give me a call back, 954-892-5665. Please call back at your earliest convenience. Thank you.
Hello, this is Samantha. I am a representative of the family of Henry James Morgan. I need you to contact me at the email that I have sent you immediately. Thank you. Please contact me immediately.
Bro, this is Greg Publix, bro. I fucking run Publix, dude. I fucking heard your podcast, bro. That shit was hilarious. Fuck.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
Dog and Pony Show audio.